So I wake up before my roommates because I need about 30 minutes to mentally prep for them. They're really cool kids. I actually really like them. They're travel bugs. They have their own interests. They are sassy as fuck, and they keep me going all of the time.
Is there anything else you want to touch on about the roommates?
I'd like them to move out.
I was still recording.
Okay. Hi, my name is Izzy, and I am an average rich housewife. An average rich housewife is a housewife, obviously, but we're average rich. We're not quite as wealthy as J-Lo and Jay-Z, but not quite living in the boroughs. I'm gonna let you into my world. The friends, the chaos,
Can I have a really dirty breakfast martini?
the restaurants, the fashion, all of it. You're going to see the inside world of an actual Manhattan housewife. As an average rich housewife, I am also a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 children. They are 7 years old. They are 11 weeks apart, and they are my roommates. I call them the Twixens. I raise them as twins. They are completely opposite, but totally best friends. They take up every ounce of my soul and energy. In a good and bad way, but mostly good, but slightly bad. You told me that you told your teacher that what she was teaching you was nonsense.
I already know all of it.
So it was nonsense? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The baby diva is my smaller of the 2, Maximilian, and his name stands true to who he is. If you ever think about what would a person named Maximilian behave like, this is it.
Because we're baby divas.
I know, we're trying. It's a weird thing.
He is absolutely fabulous. He plays chess and he thinks the queen is the most important part, so he calls himself the queen. He is a diva through and through.
Can I have one cookie? Can I please?
Anything that a diva would need, my son requires. He needs a warm cookie when the plane is landing. He sleeps with a weighted blanket. He doesn't even eat lunch at school because it has a plastic wrapping on it. I had to have a chef at one point come in and cook breakfast for him. He is just...
Because I'm a baby diva.
My son Simon was adopted at birth. I didn't think I could have children for many, many years. And so before even trying in vitro, I decided to adopt. We went to an agency, we went to a private agency, all that, and we adopted Simon. I was in the delivery room. We have a very close kind of situation. He is my son from birth, from wherever, from another life. He's always been my son. And it's an amazing thing. Adoption is weird because you have all of these thoughts on how are you gonna feel? Are you gonna feel differently for these children? But I don't feel differently in any way. My children are my children. Simon was just delivered to me in a different way. I didn't intentionally have 2 kids 11 weeks apart. When I set out on my baby making journey, I knew I wanted to adopt. In vitro was just a bonus. We started the adoption process, and then I was like, you know what, it's gonna take a few years. Let's start exploring other options because I knew I wanted 2. So we started in vitro. The first 2 didn't work, then the next one worked. In the interim, 3 years was not 3 years, it was actually 4 months, and someone had chosen us to adopt Simon. And we were like, you know what, let's stay the course with both because either can go south, and it turns out that neither went south. And here we are. So it's my job to make the best decisions, which is hard when you're a mom because you don't always know that the decisions you're making are the best decisions. You have to just hope. Max was an IVF baby. Thank you, Dr. Rosenwax. He was frozen, which probably explains why he's so cold.
I don't know. Ask my mom.
IVF is so traumatic for so many women, and it's a lot of drugs and it's a lot of emotional stress, and it's like a roller coaster. And I always like to tell people, like, stay your course because pizza's here. I wanna always touch on people that are doing IVF and be like, look, it's really complicated, it's really emotional, it's a roller coaster, but stick to it. If you really want a family, you will find a way, whether it's adoption or IVF or whichever route ends up being your route, stick with it. It's worth it. So everybody in New York has a full staff, nannies, chefs, cooks, drivers. I actually do not. I decided to do this whole organic thing and raise my kids myself because, well, I'm their mom, and who's gonna do it better than me? I raise my own children. My sugar daddy got lucky. His wife doubles as his nanny. So it kind of really puts me at odds with the other moms because it's like, you're raising your own kids? Like, who does that? So primitive. It's almost like not having a black puffer coat and living in New York. Like, you have to have staff. So the fact that I raise my own kids kind of separates me from the other moms, and I don't make friends as easily.
I think my favorite memory of Simon was literally when he had to be like 2 or 3. And we were in Miami, and like, you know, Izzy curses a lot.
I said Louis Vuitton. Does that look like fucking Louis Vuitton?
Oh my God.
You never really realize that like the kids pick things up. And so I just remember like Izzy and I were walking down the street in South Beach and we're just talking. Simon drops his bottle and all you hear is, oh shit. Out of nowhere, Izzy and I both looked at each other and we were like, was that Simon? Like, did he just say that? And it was hilarious.
What is that, Simon?
A CD peanuts.
Imagine I put soap in your mouth every time you said a bad word. You'd have soap in your mouth all the time.
Everyone would ask like, who do you like better, Simon or Max? And like, obviously I didn't have an answer.
What does Karen look like?
She looks sexy. She has a big vagina.
Oh my God.
Has big boobies.
That's not nice.
Has a big butt.
They both bring such different things to the table.
I wake up before my roommates because I need about 30 minutes to mentally prep for them. So they get up, I get up, have some coffee. The world runs on coffee, especially me. Then they get up and we make breakfast, we go to school. We usually take the city bus. I know that's so weird, unless it's really cold, then I drive. But rich people ride the bus and I get them to school. And I usually go to the gym, do my housewife stuff, have lunch. I pick them up from school and they either have a play date at an apartment that's much fancier than mine, or we go to the playground. It's really like basic mom life. Even though we live in Manhattan and people don't understand what it's like raising kids in Manhattan, New York City is their backyard. Central Park is where my kids will grow up. Like, these things that you see in movies are literally where my kids will be. They go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art and class trips. They will see Broadway shows. They've seen Broadway shows by the time they're 5 years old. They live a different kind of life, and people are always like, how can you raise kids in Manhattan? Move to the suburbs for space. I don't need space, I need location. But I really enjoy raising my fucking kids. Like, I like them, they're cool, and I feel like they wouldn't be this cool if they weren't being raised by me. Next week on The Average Rich Housewife. The weird white couple are my best friends, Maurice and Jane. Maurice I've known about 5 years, Jane 10, and now they've become best friends. We're all kind of a family. They do everything that an aunt or an uncle would do, above and beyond. I call them the weird white couple because have you ever been on vacation and you meet like this couple that's in their late 30s, early 40s, and they're very over-friendly, and you don't know if he's gay, if she's a sugar mama, are they swingers, are they looking to take me home? Hey everyone, it's your favorite housewife, Izzy. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.